Hi dear students, I am your Srinivas from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. Okay, now we are continuing the fourth lesson, that is reproduction in animals. We have already completed the three lessons. So now the fourth lesson, reproduction in animals. You know very well we are seeing the animals around us and we are keeping some animals along with us also. We are keeping the dog, hen, okay, like that, cow, ox, all those are these animals, they are living with us. And some other animals, they are living in the forest. Some snakes and everything that lives in the forest also. Okay, like that, all the animals, they have to reproduce. They have to reproduce. So, how the reproduction takes place? How the reproduction takes place in this lesson, we will learn. Okay, how they will continue their generation. Reproduction means continuing the generation. So, how they will continuing the generation, let us study in this chapter. Okay, just I will read the lesson as usual. Look at the textbook, page number 28. Okay. Every creature or living being on this earth has a life cycle. They take birth, grow, and have to die one day. In order to maintain life forms on the earth, each living being has to leave behind one of its own kind. The process taught by which the living beings produce their young ones of their own kind is called reproduction. Life cannot exist on the earth if living things do not reproduce. So here they are given what is the importance of reproduction. Okay, then what is the definition of the reproduction? In this para they have given, just you will learn. Every creature or living being on this earth has a life cycle. What we call it as life cycle. What is the meaning of life cycle? Life cycle. Cycle means full round, full circle. Cycle means circle, the circle of life. That means from starting, that means from the small chicken or small baby to younger one to elder next to old, next to death. That full circle is called as life cycle. From birth to death we complete one full circle, that is called as life cycle. We call it as life cycle. Okay, that means every creature on the earth has its life cycle. They take birth. First they take birth, growth, and have to die one day. First what they will take? Birth. This is the first stage. Next, growth. Okay, here in growth, so many different stages are there. Next, death. This is the three stages involved in life cycle: birth, growth, and death. These are the stages that includes in the life cycle. Okay, in order to maintain life forms on the earth, each living being has to leave behind one of its own kind. That means to maintain some life forms. To maintain life forms on the earth, each living being has to leave behind one of its own kind. That means everyone, for example, dogs, they live with the dogs. Tigers, they live with the tigers. Okay, elephants live with the other elephants. Man, living with the other man. Okay, that means human beings living with the human beings. Okay, to survive. That means we are living with their own kind. The process thought by which the living being produce their young ones of their own kind is called reproduction. That means what is the meaning of reproduction? Producing their same kind, the young ones of their same kind is called as reproduction. Okay, the process through which the living beings produce their young ones. Their young ones is called as reproduction. Life cannot exist on the earth if living things do not reproduce. For what purpose this reproduction? Because here they have given birth, growth, and death. After the death, if you want to continue your generation or the any other animal generation, you have to give reproduction or birth to young ones. You have to give birth to young ones, then only your generation will continue or the animal's generation will continue, otherwise the generation will stop there. So reproduction is very, very important for this aspect, okay, to continue the generation. Next, I hope you understand what is the reproduction. Reproduction means giving birth to their young ones. Giving birth to their young ones is called as reproduction. Next, we will move to reproduction in animals. Reproduction in animals. I will read. Have you seen kittens with their parent cat, puppy with its parent dog, or chicks with their parent hen? Here they have given, see the figures. These animals reproduce by different methods. The reproduction is not in a one way, one method. There are so many types. So how they reproduce, we will learn one by one. Okay, see here they are given the younger one, kittens with their parent cat. Okay, puppy with its parent dog, chicks with their parent hen. These are the figures. Okay, with their young ones. With their young ones. Next, I will read the para. Animals give birth to young ones. Animals that give birth to young ones and produce milk to feed them are called mammals. The babies stay inside the body till they are fully developed. Mammals take good care of their young ones. They feed them, clean them and keep them safe until they learn to look after themselves. Tigers, elephants, horses, dogs and cats are mammals. The bat is the only mammal that can fly. Here the animals which gave birth to their young ones, here they have discussed. Animals that give birth to young ones and feed with them the milk are called mammals. Are called mammals. So these are the one kind of animals. These are the one kind of animals which give birth to young ones and produce milk to feed them. Produce milk to feed them are called mammals. Okay, the babies stay inside the body till they are fully developed. Inside the mother body. Inside the mother, the baby or what the kitten that will it is inside the mother body and develop there only, not the outside. It develop inside the mother body. Okay, and mammals take good care of their young ones. These mammals take good care. They feed the time to time. Okay, they will take so much of care of their young ones. So much of their young ones. They feed them. They feed them with the milk. They feed them with their own milk. Okay. Next, they clean them and keep them warm and safe. Keep them safe until they learn to look after themselves up to their some stage. That means they look themselves and up to their when they up to what time means when they independently search their food, independently safeguard. Up to that time they will take care of these young ones. Take care of their young ones. That means they will search their own food and they will take that protection from themselves. Up to that they look after their young ones. Okay. Examples are given: tigers, elephants, dogs, cats, okay, and or mammals. These are all the mammals including man. Okay. The bat is the only mammal that can fly. Bat. Have you seen the bat animal? Yes, this is the animal. Okay, mammal that can fly. Bird. Bat is the bird which can fly. This bat also give birth to young ones, feed with the milk and feed with the milk. Okay, I hope you understand. Animals give birth to, how they give birth to young ones. That means the young ones grow inside the body of the mother, and after fully developed they come out, and these mammals take care of their young ones by feeding with them the milk. Okay, clean them, feed them, and keep them along with them safely up to until they learn to look after themselves. Okay, next we will move to the next page, page number 29. Here they are given animals gave birth to their babies. Which are they? Goat, cat, monkey, horse, cow, devil. These are all the animals which gave birth to their young ones. Next, animals that lay eggs. Animals like fish, insects and birds reproduce by laying eggs. Some young ones that come out after hatching look like their parent animals. Some look very different at birth, but as they grow, they look like their parents. Animals like fish, insects and birds reproduce by laying the eggs. Next here, they are giving birth to young ones, but here they lay the eggs. What they do? Lay the eggs. That means here the reproduction by eggs. The reproduction is taken by the eggs. Okay. Some young ones that come out of after hatching look like their parent animals. That means after hatching the eggs, the small one. That means the young ones come out of the eggs. They some look same as the similar to their parents, and some look very different as birth, but as they grow, they look like their parents. Okay, but some when they take, that means they take birth from the that are hatched from the eggs. That means they are come out from the eggs. They looks in different way. For example, frog. It is like a small fish-like structure, but after growing, it resembles the frog. But chickens, that means small chickens, okay, they resembles all the birds resembles their young ones. The young ones resembles the parent, all the birds. Okay, here they are given that one. Some young ones that come out after hatching look like their parent animals. Some look very different at birth, but as they grow, they look like their parents. After some days, they will convert or turn into their parents. Okay. Next, which we will study about the birds. First, we will study about the birds. A bird lays its eggs in a nest. A nest keeps the eggs and the baby birds safe. A bird's egg contains a hard outer shell for protecting the chick growing inside. The mother keeps the egg warm by sitting on it. This process is called incubation. The embryo or the growing chick lies in the yellow part of the egg called yolk. The embryo feeds on the yolk as it grows. The watery white part is called albumen. It protects the embryo. The air sac contains air which the developing chick breathes in while it is inside the egg. Now, birds. I have already read. A bird lays its egg in a nest. A nest keeps the eggs and the baby bird safe. A bird's egg contains a hard outer shell for protecting the chick growing inside. The mother keeps the egg warm by sitting on it. This process is called incubation. The embryo or the growing chick lies in the yellow part of the egg called yolk. The embryo feeds on the yolk as it grows. The watery white part is called albumen. It protects the embryo. The air sac contains air which the developing chick breathes in while it is inside the egg. Have you seen the egg? Yes, all the non-vegetarians seen the egg. Okay, even vegetarians also seen the egg in the shops and everywhere. Okay, just I have written the parts of the eggs. Okay, structure of the bird egg. Here it consists of a embryo shell. That is the outer part what I have seen in the white color or in brown color, or some in black color also eggs. Okay, this is the white embryo egg shell, outer layer. Outer layer it is called as embryo shell. Okay, where the bird lays its eggs. The bird lays its eggs in the nest. Okay, they lay their birds in the nest. For that reason, they prepare their own nest. The birds construct their own nest for this purpose only. For laying the eggs and hatching purpose, they construct their own houses. Okay, that they are called as nest. A nest keeps the eggs and the baby bird safe. What the function of the nest? It keeps the bird, eggs and their young ones safe. Okay, a bird's egg contains a hard outer shell for protecting chick growing inside. This is the embryo shell. This protects the embryo or the baby of the young one which is produced here. Okay, it protects. That means this outer shell is very, very important. It protects the chick growing inside. That means the small one that is growing inside. The mother keeps the egg warm by sitting on it. What the mother do? It sit on the sit on the eggs. It sit on the eggs to keep warm. To keep warm by sitting on it safely. This process is called as incubation. So this process is called as incubation. Okay, the sitting of the bird on the eggs to keep them warm is called as incubation. Next, the embryo or the growing chick lies in the yellow part of the egg called yolk. This is the chick. This is the chick. This is the part of the egg which grows into chick. That is called as yolk. Yolk is the part which is grow into small chick. Okay. The embryo feeds on the yolk as it grows. That means as it is growing, it feeds on this yolk only. The watery white part is called albumen. That is, when you break an egg, you will see the white content. You will see the white content as well as the yellow content. Yellow content is the yolk and white content is the albumen. When you break an egg, you will see the white content that is called as albumen and the yellow content is called as yolk. That yellow part is growing into the new chick. This albumen white part, it is used by the watery white. It protects the embryo. What is its function? It protects the embryo, this white albumen. Okay, the air sac contains air which the developing chick breathes in while it is inside the egg. See here, the air fully it is filled by the air. When this grows, it needs some air. So this air supplies, it uses this air which is present inside the shell. Which present inside the cell, that is called as air sac. That is called as air sac. See how nature has fulfilled their needs. That means this yolk has to grow into a small chick. This albumen protects it. This shell will give the full protection and here air sac is there by in which the air is filled for its breathing purpose. For its breathing purpose at the time of the production only. That means when the egg is produced, at the time itself, the air is filled inside this. Okay, so this embryo, that yolk, which is growing into chick, it uses this air sac for its breathing purpose and eat this yolk for its growing purpose. Okay, so this is how the egg grows into a small chick. Okay, how do birds hatch? How do birds hatch? Page number 30. A bird's embryo uses an egg tooth to cut through its shell from the inside. I hope you understand this very well. Okay. Next, after the growing, how it comes out? Because here it is a embryo shell is there. How it will come out? They have explained in this para. Okay, I will read. A bird's embryo uses an egg tooth to cut through its shell from the inside. Egg tooth is a small, sharp, temporary structure. The shell is thin and weakened as the growing embryo has absorbed calcium from it for the development of its bones. Using special muscles on the back of its neck, and embryo rubs its egg tooth against the shell. Continuous rubbing on one spot cuts a small hole in the shell. Over time and due to more effort, this hole becomes bigger. When the cut is complete, the hatching bird comes out of the egg. Comes out of the egg. A bird's embryo uses an egg tooth to cut through its shell from the inside. That means beak. Egg tooth means beak. Okay, it uses that one. Egg tooth is a small sharp temporary structure. Here, in some place, here in this place, it is very weak. Okay, the shell is thin and weakened as the growing embryo has absorbed the calcium from meat. This is the embryo shell is made up of calcium. Okay, well, by you growing, it uses the calcium of this embryo shell also for the growing of their bones. For the growing of their bones, uses this calcium. So it becomes very weak. It becomes very weak. Okay, using special muscles on the back of its neck. That back of its neck, it rubbing the shell. It rubbing the shell like this. So by rubbing, it somewhere it breaks. Somewhere it breaks. Okay, that eggshell will break and this chick come out. Okay, this will come out over time and due to more effort, this hole becomes bigger. When the cut is complete, the hatching bird comes out of the egg. Comes out of the egg. It starts come out. When after it's growing, it come out because the air sac, after the completion of this air, it has to breathe. So it tries to makes a small hole by rubbing as well as by piercing by it sharp, what we call it as neck sharp, this one beak, by the sharp beak, so it opens and it comes out from the shell. It comes out from the shell, that means out of the egg. Okay, in poultry farms, eggs are hatched in the warm incubators which are known as hatcheries. The hatching process can take a small songbird several tiring hours. That means in some artificially we will make this incubation by heating them, by heating the eggs in warm. They will provide some warm condition to them and there it hatches in the poultries. Okay, but in our houses, the birds naturally they take more time for this. Okay, in the poultry it takes some several hours, that's all. Okay, next we will move to the fish. I hope you understand this one. Next we will move to fish. Most fish lay a large number of small eggs. The eggs of some fish remain suspended in open water. Many freshwater fish lay eggs on the bottom or among plants. Some have adhesive eggs. The mass of eggs so produced is called span. The eggs of fish do not have shells. A kind of jelly covers the eggs to protect them from water. Out of 1,000 eggs, only a few hundred develop into young fish. Bigger fish eats up many eggs and young fish. Only a few of them grow to become adult fish. Next, how the fishes will reproduce. How the fish will reproduce. Fish also lay the eggs. Fish also lay the eggs. That means most fish lay a large number of small eggs. They are very small in size. Okay, they lay so many thousands. That means so many number of eggs. The eggs of some fish remain suspended in open water. That means they are suspended. That means they are floating on the water. Floating on the open water. Many freshwater fish lay eggs on the bottom or among plants. That means near the plants, that they are attached to the plants or to the leaves or in the bottom of the water. Some have adhesive eggs. The mass of eggs are so produced is called span. That means so much, not 1 or 2, 100 or thousands together, it will produce. The eggs of fish do not have shells. They do not have the shells like what the chickens have, chicken eggs. Okay, they don't have any shell. It has a jelly-like structure. That means, as in the petroleum jelly, Vaseline, like that jelly, it protects that egg. It protects that egg. It covers a kind of jelly, covers the egg to protect from water. Out of thousands eggs, only a few hundred develop into young fish. That means someone are eaten by the bigger fish. That means bigger fish eats up many eggs and young fish. Some bigger fish eat these small fish eggs, okay, and eat the small fishes also. So some only they become into fishes. Okay, only a few of them grow to become adult fish. That means they lay thousands of eggs. In that, only hundreds eggs will become the adult one. Okay, remaining they are eaten by the other fishes. They are eaten by the other fishes. Here there is no shell. It is covered by a jelly-like structure. Jelly-like structure. Okay. Next, reptiles. Some reptiles lay eggs and some others deliver young ones directly. Most reptiles like turtles, tortoise and crocodiles lay eggs. Snakes like pythons, rats, snakes and some lizards like water dragons lay eggs. Reptiles that lay eggs are called oviporous. Oviporous, the shells of eggs are like thick leather that protects the eggs. These eggs do not break when laid on the ground. The eggs are warmed by heat of the sun. Some lizards like Solomon and island skink as well as snakes like boas and vipers bear their young ones. Reptiles that bear young ones are called viviparous. Many reptiles like snake and turtle do not care for their eggs or babies. Some bigger animals eat up the eggs of other animals. Some even eat up other young animals. Okay, this is how the reptiles. Reptile means snakes. Reptiles means snakes, how they will reproduce. Some reptiles lay eggs and some other deliver young ones directly. That means some they will lay eggs as the birds and some will deliver their young ones. Their young ones like other animals like sheep, goat like that. Some will lay eggs and some will give birth to young ones. Most reptiles like turtles, tortoise and crocodiles lay eggs. These are also called reptiles. Which one? Turtles, tortoise and crocodiles. What they will do? They will lay the eggs. They will lay the eggs. Snakes like python, rat snakes and some lizards like water dragons lay eggs. These snakes also lay the eggs. Okay, that means snakes like python, rat, other, they also lay the eggs. Reptiles that lay eggs are called oviparous. What we call them as oviparous. Reptiles that lay eggs are called as oviparous. The shells of the eggs are like thick leather that protects the eggs. When you touch it, okay, it looks like a rubber ball. It looks like a rubber ball. These eggs do not break when laid on the ground. That means if you fell also, it do not break. Okay, the eggs are warmed by heat of the sun. That means naturally by the warm, that means heat of the sun, they will heat. Some lizards like Solomon and island skink as well as snakes like boas and vipers bear their young ones. Here lizards and Solomon and island skink, these are the names of the snakes. They will give birth to their young ones. Give birth to their young ones like other animals. Reptiles that bear young ones are called viviparous. Viviparous. Many reptiles like snake and turtle do not care for their young or their eggs or babies. That means these reptiles, they don't care. They will lay the eggs and just they will move. They don't take care. Okay, where I have laid the eggs, where either they have broken or the young ones are produced, they don't take any care. So just they lay the eggs and move. Okay, many reptiles like snakes and turtles do not care for their eggs or babies. Some bigger animals eats up the eggs of other animals. That means the small eggs are there of the other animals eaten by the snake. Eaten by the snakes, and other animals also they will eat. Some even eat up other young animals. Okay, if some snakes will give birth to the young ones, they eat their young ones. They eat their young ones. Some even eat up their young animals. So up to here, this is enough. Okay, today we will continue in the next class. I hope you understand what is the reproduction. Okay, take care. Thank you. Please subscribe, like our channel. Okay, thank you very much.